All right, we're live.
We're on the recap.
Chapter 2.
Chapter 2. All the preliminaries out of the way. You do not want to miss this show.
Do not want to miss it. Let's give some people some time to log on here. Rachel's here. Pastor John's joined. So we'll give everyone just a second.
Not going to want to miss it. It's Animal Week. Animal Week this week. I have a story about an animal that you're not going to believe.
That's right.
And I've never seen anything like it in my life.
I probably won't have time for my story, but I've got one too.
We've got plenty of time.
Nothing but time.
Don't want to miss it. We got all kinds of things to share. More things going on than we even thought there was going to be.
Yep. In studio tonight, we've got Pastor John Smith. He'll be with us. He's going to stop by. We've got some story times with him, questions with him.
Nick Hunter's in the building.
Nick
is in the building.
Nick.
He's been serving dead people all day. He come to the recap to get refreshed and quickened.
All right. So, yeah, four horsemen of faith. We've got John Smith. We've got announcements. I'm ready to go, Trevor. What about you?
Let's do it.
Let's get it started.
Welcome to the recap.
All right, brother. In with the intro.
There we go.
That?
There we go.
That's
Shout out right
bad.
off the bat. Right off the bat. Let's go ahead and give credit where credit is due.
It's due.
That would be my brother-in-law, my brolo, Justin, helped us with that.
Just
big shout
out
out
the name.
Big shout out to the name and the intro music.
The name and the intro, Hershman, getting his foot in the door.
I gave him props for that.
Making his presence known.
That's right.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, we got a lot going on. Glad you guys are here. So, hey, first off, congratulations to us for getting renewed on a second show. I thought we'd be one and done. But
yeah, they won it.
We made it.
It's cool. They won it. It's been a long 2 weeks. I feel like it's been forever. We have so much to say and so little time to say it. I have another shout out. So I don't know if you can see this. You got to be able to see that.
There you go.
Boom. We all have one. Brother Larry Marion hooked it up. He went and got the coffee cups. He said every good show broadcast needs a good coffee mug. And he took them to Sarah McClanahan, and she put the decals on there and put that on there. So we really appreciate that. That'll be my cup the whole time. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So this is a team event already.
Already, man.
Already, we've talked about 5 different people that's been involved in this. It's in our church that we didn't have anything to do with. So we really appreciate it. This don't happen without you. And we don't take that lightly. We appreciate all that you guys have been doing and help sharing. I want to say right off the bat, you got to click the share.
Like and share. Like and share. There's a giveaway tonight.
A giveaway.
That's first giveaway.
Yep.
Man, it's just been 2 weeks. Has been a long time.
It is a long time. Please share. Again, please share.
I had people that I saw at a wedding, and they came up to me and said, "Hey, we watched your show." I hadn't seen them in like 3 or 4 years. They were wanting the show,
and they watched the show.
They said, "Great." Let's get this out of the way first off. I just kind of some house cleaning ordeals. I am not allowed to put the biscuits in the oven.
No,
because I got brutally made fun of for that. So I'm not going to use that as my catchphrase. A little bit disappointed.
I liked it. I like biscuits.
So many people made fun of me. And I got a 4-year-old, so we'll be sitting at the house, and Elijah will look at Mommy and say, "Put the biscuits in the oven. Daddy's coming home." She started making. Everybody made fun of me on that. So I got something different now. And when we end the show, I will use my ending, and then
we got a new closing,
and we'll end it. So
got a new closing.
Yeah, maybe something different every week. Who knows?
You said a wedding. Shout out to they might still be on their honeymoon. Jeremy Atkins. Brother Jeremy Atkins and Brittany. Yeah. They tied the knot at Canal State Forest.
That's right.
And check this out. It was raining and the weather was terrible at that time. And I know I wasn't the only one, but there was a lot of people that showed up at that wedding. And I know on my way, and I had my mom riding with me.
People were in ponchos.
They was in ponchos. They was in trash bags.
Yeah.
I had actually an umbrella that was so old that the rain came through the material of the umbrella. I don't know how that. I don't know how that happens. It was dripping inside the shelter. You know, thank God his shelter don't
Nice
leave when
rain,
I get under his wing. But anyway, they got married, and I was going to say I had my mom and everybody in the car, and it started raining on the way out to Canal State Forest. And I said we have got to pray, and I talked to a lot of people there too. We all kept saying it was amazing when her truck. They drove her in an old truck up to the wedding. When they drove her up there, the rain stopped and did not come out again. It stayed, it cleared up. The moon come out, and it was awesome. It was beautiful.
Right.
So, shout out. The Lord gave them a beautiful day. And I was grateful for that. I know a lot of people was praying, but that was a good wedding.
It was. Good time. So anyway, let's get to the show. What do you want to do first? Let's get some announcements out of the way.
Yeah.
And then we'll bring in Pastor John.
Yeah, our special guest today, if we didn't say, Pastor John is with us. He's in the building. He's antsy. He's ready to go.
Yeah.
He's fired up.
He loved the theme song.
He said, I'm ready to play ball. Yeah. So that's the idea.
He's ready to go.
So
he's ready to go.
Let's hit the announcements.
Go ahead and hit them.
Some of them.
Just 3 or 4.
We got a lot of announcements. But don't forget that Tuesday night, I don't want to talk too long on this, but Tuesday night we had a phenomenal time with the college age young adults. We started through the direction of our pastor, we started during the summer months, we just picked a day that we didn't have something going on. There's always something happening. So we picked a Tuesday, and we said, we've got to do something where the college-age kids, we did about 18 upcoming seniors, 18-year-olds up to about 23, and we really didn't have, we had a plan, but it's not like a scheduled, like a laid-out type discussion or counseling or something that you buy at a store that gives you a class or a lesson. It wasn't any of that. We just said we want to get to know them and love on them and see how it goes. And we had I can't even put it into words. It was so much fun.
A lot of good reviews on that too.
My wife wasn't there, but I told her you missed out. It was a party, here at the church. A good party with us, having a good time playing games, and that's an announcement. So Tuesday nights we had to move. And I'm sure Pastor will pass this again Sunday, but that's what this show's for, to help him out with that and announcements.
Yeah.
And so we moved Tuesday night's party, or Tuesday night's fellowship, for the college class to Monday. They wanted it so bad. They had so much fun.
July 2nd.
And if you're one of those that fall into the 18 to 23-year-olds, come on out. Bring a friend. This doesn't have to be capital city, in close. We don't want to do that anyway. The door's always open for everybody. This is no different. Bring them out. Teen camp, and you're taking the rest from after this. Teen camp is July 16th.
Yep.
We want to start praying for that right now. That's the number one thing. We want to start praying right now. The Burrs are at the Arise camp. We've done that one in the past too. So we want to continue to pray for them. Everything's going great there so far. But Teen camp, July 16th.
Fundraiser for that will be on July 12th. Barbecue sale.
Very good.
You want a barbecue from the church? Jeff Hamrick, $7. Get your barbecue, get your chips, get your brownie, get your drink. Order that. Order a barbecue.
It all goes to helping the teens get to go
towards the teens, the teen camp. And then finally, Vacation Bible School here at Capital City Baptist Church. All is welcome. Bring your kids. We've got adult classes. We've got adult crafts. Larry and Marion will be on the show probably here in a couple of weeks to talk more about that.
It's going to be crazy.
August 6th, 2018. That'll be that whole week. So we're looking forward to that. So
yeah, they've already been
have a few
building
announcements, kind of later on. But housekeeping, get all that stuff done right out of the gate. So. But anyway, I'm ready. You want to bring on Pastor?
Bring him on.
Pastor John is in the house. Let's give him
present
with some music.
Put some music. That's right.
Get
Get an entrance music. Entrance music.
Nice.
All right. You got the mic there, Brother Nick. Got the mic.
All right, there's your microphone. Don't knock over my bobblehead.
Check it out. Okay, Ben's got all kinds of things to say. I had to talk about something. How many goldfish are left in the tank? How many goldfish are left in the tank? You had some. We got the goldfish Sunday, you remember?
Two have died.
Use that.
Two have died.
That's
I've
very
still
well.
got 4 goldfish.
So they had 6,
Had 6.
had to go get the tank and all. We didn't have no tank.
No tank.
You haven't even unpacked all the boxes in
No.
the house.
Right.
I've been out of the fish business for years.
Yeah.
And Travis here, Brother Travis,
Yeah.
offered me his fish tank
Uh,
that he had in the attic
yeah.
from years ago. Goldfish Sunday.
Oh, really?
That's exactly right. I got that because of Goldfish Sunday, and when I got it,
all but 2 is what Miss Brandy says.
All but 2. 2
all,
have died.
all but 2.
yeah, all our 2 are still living.
Yeah, we have all but 2.
All but
So
2.
there's 4 left.
That's not bad. She must be a fish person
She's
because
got fish.
mine would have died.
I
I
don't
never
have any
done that.
pebbles. We need pebbles. We need some stones, pebbles,
We
pirate
do.
ships. And
We
all.
do.
Like a sunken ship. or
Shout out to any help.
We need.
Cheers, Susan Lancaster. I see you. Chris Holstein, I see you. Miss Brandy, I see you.
Brian Townsend, we see you.
We got you. Brian, what's up, brother?
He said we're sitting in his office.
Used to be your office. It did. Till you went south.
Hey, he's in my home country.
He is at Athens.
Yeah, Athens, Georgia. Shout out to Athens, Georgia.
Go,
There's my cup. Thank you, brother.
There you got a
Larry, for the
cup.
cup.
go Bulldogs.
Appreciate it.
Got our
Go
candies.
Dogs.
Are you a dog? Are you a wildcat? Or are you a mountaineer?
I'm glad you brought that up.
Let's get that. That's the number one and most important question. Hold the microphone.
Okay.
Get your mouth.
I do. And in continuation of that question, are you a sports fan in
Yes,
general?
I enjoy sports.
This is going to be get to know.
I don't really get bent out of shape with them
Sure.
in public,
Sure.
but I've got to be honest. Football season rolls around, Georgia Bulldog fan.
So we have a lot of work to do. If you go to Capital City and watch Knicks, a lot of work to do. We bleed blue and gold around here.
Yeah.
So
And just to go ahead and get it out in the open so y'all can deal with the grief. Basketball season comes around. I enjoy watching Kentucky play basketball.
I actually
Now that's my dad's fault.
Oh.
I've got to explain why. I'm gonna blame my dad. My dad should be watching. Shout out to mom and dad. Now my dad, when I was a kid, used to take me to Stegman Coliseum there to watch Kentucky beat up on Georgia in basketball every year.
Right.
So I developed from my dad the love for Kentucky basketball. But what's strange about that is I enjoy watching good basketball.
Right.
So I like watching good basketball. So
Sure. West Virginia's got a pretty good team.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to have to take a
I
leave of
saw you.
absence. Yeah, I thought that was the big one of this. But you know, I mean, I was like, oh gosh.
I thought it was going to be mouth to mouth.
Kentucky fan in the floor CPR style. Where's Brother Nasby when you need him? Shout out Nasby. He does the CPR classes around here. That's cool. So we talked about you played a sport, right? Did you?
I did.
Now was that a college level sport?
Yeah, I played college baseball for 2 years down at a small school in South Georgia called ABAC, Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College. Went there for 2 years, played baseball, and didn't play anymore after that. So,
What do you take at an agricultural college?
turf management's the #1 course.
Like
Turf,
football
golf
turf?
golf course, turf management, little bull riding. I didn't ride any bulls. Little barrel racing, lassoing. I
Did
didn't
you do all that?
No,
I was
I
getting
didn't.
ready.
No,
I was gonna say, we got a real Clint Eastwood on our hands here.
I watched, but good business school. But now it's a 4-year college there. So
Wow, because I remember when we talked, you said something that I played baseball.
yeah,
I mean, I played baseball when I was playing t-ball. So I said, for him to say that, he's not talking about Little League.
yeah. So
we
love
curious.
baseball. Love baseball. Atlanta Braves fan all day, whether they're good or bad. I like watching the
I mean,
Braves.
we've had a lot of Braves fans.
Yeah,
around
Braves
here.
are all right.
Yeah, and then there is a local baseball park here, though, right?
Yes, sir.
Virginia
And
Power.
West Virginia Power. Very
Get
nice.
plugged in.
Get plugged in. I'm looking. I need one of y'all need to take me to them games.
You want to go to go all the time?
Tonight, you want to shut this down and go?
See, he even knows. Is there a game tonight?
Yeah.
I didn't even know baseball season. Thursdays. Speaking of which, I've got this organic mango juice I bought from the dollar store that is the real deal. If they knew me good enough, we would just share this one cup because it's worth sharing.
We don't. All right. So here, let's get to know you.
Okay.
You've been here 2 weeks.
2 weeks today. 2 weeks today.
You were moving in during our first broadcast.
That's right.
Did you watch us?
I did watch you from my apartment.
Thank you for allowing us to do another show.
I'm fired up.
We'll see how tonight goes if we get renewed for a third show. But so far, so good. Thank you.
I'm pumped up about this turf management. Right now he's in the department, but eventually you'll have a.
Now, I didn't study turf management.
What did you study?
You said what kind of stuff do you
I
study
got-
at agriculture college?
I thought you
So, no, that is
there.
their main degree.
Like lawnmower maintenance and stuff?
No, like how to make golf courses beautiful.
I have a
How
lot
to
of
make
dirt
them putts roll nice.
I'm interested in that.
I am too, actually. I have a lot of dirt spots in my yard. I need to get some
It's
good.
called fertilizer. Chicken doo-doo.
Mm.
Can you say doo-doo on Facebook Live?
Oh yeah, dude.
Okay, yeah, chicken. Chicken manure.
I got you.
I don't think you could say
I got
But
you.
I wasn't a Christian then, so I really just went to school to play ball. I didn't study much of anything.
Gotcha.
So
Just playing ball.
just playing little
The
ball.
jock.
Yep, playing little ball.
That's cool though, actually.
Did you get a scholarship? Did they offer you like, here's 20 pounds of fertilizer if you come play?
The lifetime supply fertilizer. What position did you play?
Scotch lawn furniture.
Third. Oh, that's a heater.
Hot corner.
That's
Hot
a lot of
corner.
heater.
Now the reason why I played third base and not shortstop was my feet don't work too good.
Yeah.
So
But you gotta have an
Did you-
arm.
You gotta have an arm, and you gotta be able to
third.
catch the heat, because they come flying down the
That's
third
the
base line.
They do.
I
Oh,
know
How
that.
they did.
Oh,
I know that. I know that. I played kickball, and if you're in that position,
Kickball.
they, you know, they're right.
Yeah, yeah.
They kick to the right.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
So I know.
Kickball. You said.
Kickball. I don't know about that.
I look forward to
Who's your favorite third baseman?
I've always liked Terry Pendleton.
There's only one. Wow, that's a good one. But
Terry
there's only
Pendleton.
one answer.
Chipper Jones. I like him after Terry Pendleton.
Larry Jones is what they call him.
Larry Jones.
Yeah, I think in the final days of his career, people call him like Larry, and he'd get mad. I don't know if that's his real name or not.
I didn't know that.
So, Chris, if you don't know, answer that question.
Yeah. My
Holstein, answer that
favorite
question.
Chipper, Terry Pendleton.
Yeah.
Back in early 90s with the Braves.
The correct answer is Cincinnati Reds, Chris Sabo.
Chris Sabo.
Sabo.
Now, I
Direct
thought,
specs, Chris Sabo.
Yeah.
That's the only answer.
well, we'll just have to agree to disagree.
Hey, sweet Ida.
Is Miss Ida watching?
She is. We got the cursor over her name, so it's popping up her whole profile there. You look beautiful.
Should
Huh?
we
Look,
give
I'm
you a
sorry.
moment?
I'm
We
sorry.
need to give him a moment.
Said always be kind.
Good.
That's our script. That's going to be. That's actually a little bit about our scripture of the day today. A little bit when we get there.
Okay.
All right. Now, let's ask you some spiritual questions.
Well, let me say this first. I want to say I appreciate you guys having me on.
Oh,
I do. I appreciate it.
you look comfortable.
Look, when we
Do I?
Yeah.
Do I look?
Does he
comfortable
sound
to
good? He
viewers?
ain't holding his microphone up to his mouth.
What am I
hearing?
As a choir director, that bothers me.
Does that bother you?
they could guess what other position you played. Riding the pine.
Riding the pine,
Riding the-
Brandy said.
She wouldn't have said that if it was a good position.
Strikeout, the strikeout king. What was this? Did she go for the
He
first?
was the dude,
No.
the dude that grabbed the bat after they dropped
The
it.
bat boy.
No,
Good
she
night.
started that. She started that.
Brandy, I see
Hey.
that. I think she wants you to guess the other position I played, though. I was.
Realistically?
Oh, she said I'm loud. Yeah, I was a pitcher.
Oh, you're too
So,
loud.
so you can hear.
I'm too loud, so they
So you're
can't
good.
hear me. Is that good?
I might be loud too.
Brandy.
I got you all.
Brandy's controlling me from there.
Our producer,
That's something.
our producer went to Florida, so I'm running all this
Okay.
tonight. Which
Okay.
is why it's kind of bad.
So he's getting loud. That's
It's perfect.
We was talking about. He said he appreciated being on. So I'm gonna get a little bit, not too sentimental, but we'll get real for a minute. When we started this, I don't know if we went over all this, and I won't take up too much time here, but I think it's important. Brother Ben brought it up to me. Brother Ben had this as an idea of like, we didn't even really know where we was going to go. We've already told you about how the truth serum kind of sparked the interest. We like to listen to them. I listen to them when I'm driving because I drive a lot for the railroad.
Yeah, listen to Corey and Chris, great guys.
Yeah.
Have you met
Truth
them
Baptist.
They're Baptist church.
No.
He's working his way around getting to know some of the pastors. But they, Brother Ben brought it to me. He's like, man, what do you think about this? And I said, man, that sounds like a lot of fun. I think it'd be awesome. What an outreach. Not only that, it's new, right? You wasn't doing this 20 years ago, really. So we thought it was a good avenue. And we was like, well, let's just do it. Well, then we got to talking about it. We got to praying about it. That's the first thing I said. Matter of fact, I said, we got to make sure that we're going to promote God, that he can use it for his glory and all that if we're going to do it for the church and all that stuff. So we prayed a lot about it. And we said, well, we've got to let the pastor know. This is before, I don't even know when it was. But it was before you came. I mean,
It was before I got here, yes.
But it was after you. It was after the vote. No, it was after he was our pastor.
Yes.
I do know that. And we said, we have got to we can't just start this without getting his blessing. So we talked and prayed a little again. And I started here because he said he was glad to be on. But he had a part in the beginning of this show. We made Ben shared it. Ben looked over it. Ben said, what about this and this? And we changed the note. We wanted to be very respectful. We don't even know him hardly at the time.
Yeah.
And he kind of didn't know us. So he's got to trust us. And has to have faith. And, of course, he's got a mind of the Lord, too, spiritually. So we sent it to him. He said he thought it would be great. Matter of fact, his reaction to it was far greater than what we thought. So anytime he's happy to be on here, we're happy that he gives us the go-ahead. And it was just as much his vision as any of us.
And if things go well tonight, we'll do another one in 2 weeks.
That's right.
Or he'll can us. I don't know.
Yeah.
So we want to get to know you. We want
Okay.
my desire for this show is not only to be a help to current people that come to Capital City, but to be an opportunity for people that are looking for a church, that are, maybe just sitting at home and are enjoying what they're seeing. And then they say, hey, I'm going to check you guys out on Sunday mornings. So that's what my goal is. So I want them to get to know you.
Sure.
So I typed up a couple of questions. Some I've sent to Pastor John. Some I have not.
Right.
So that's what when Brandy said, earlier that wasn't on the list.
That wasn't on the list.
There are some things that are not on the list.
I might have something else in me.
Do I have the right to refuse? Plead the fifth?
You have the right to plead the fifth. So respectfully, there'll be some questions that
I guess
he was headed up on.
Sure.
So he would be able to be ready.
So, all right, first question. Let me see what we got here. Talked a little bit about your personal life. Actually, give us a testimony. Give us your life. Other than playing baseball for a fertilizer school, what did you? I mean, where were you born? Where were you raised? Or married, kids, blah blah blah.
Okay.
Go with it.
All right. I think they can hear me good without this.
I turned you down a little bit.
Oh, you turned it down?
a little bit.
Well, y'all are so free, with your hands.
I know what you're saying.
Here I am, so
I think it's good.
I'm good.
I think it's good.
Is this good?
I think so.
So a little bit about me. I was raised in a town just outside of Athens, Georgia, called Oconee County, and went to school there. Grew up. My family's a large family. We grew up in a place that we call Smithville. So my dad's got a lot of brothers and sisters.
And your last name's Smith.
Smith, that's right. So
that worked out pretty good for you.
Smith family there. And so we grew up on that road. I've got two brothers. I'm the oldest of three. My mom and dad all were raised together. And grew up just normal life as a kid, hunting, fishing, fighting with my brothers.
Mm-hmm.
How many brothers you got?
Two brothers.
Two brothers.
Zach and Joseph. If they're watching, give them a shout out.
What's up, Zach? Joseph?
There you go.
And
Brothers.
I don't think they're watching.
Maybe not. And so, anyway, grew up there. My wife and I actually went to the same high school, but we never met each other. I was a senior. Her freshman year, she graduated with my youngest brother. And so, I wasn't a Christian in high school. Wasn't a church guy, Bible guy, none of that in my life. And then I loved baseball. That's all I really did. Loved baseball, loved basketball. Tried football 1 year. and it wasn't my cup of tea necessarily.
What'd you play?
Kicker? I bet you were a kicker.
I played
You did say his feet didn't work very well.
linebacker
Okay.
for junior varsity team and quarterback some, and they only played 1 year. And literally in the huddle, I'd have to ask the receivers and the running backs where they were going and what they were going to do, because I wasn't raised around football.
You're
So
every coach's dream. Sounds like.
So I didn't have a clue. I'd be like, now where are you going? What are you going to do? I'm going to throw to you. And so, so anyway, football wasn't my thing. And so so after high school, graduated, went down to ABAC, played ball there. Still wasn't a Christian, didn't know the Lord. Came back home, and I was saved at 21 years old, just real quick over my life. After I got saved, God called me to the ministry, and I told my pastor, so he took me to a college in North Georgia called Truett McConnell College, which is a Bible college there. First day, my pastor took me. I was with the, I guess it missions board director, Andrew Gailey, and we went in the cafeteria, and this young girl with overalls and pigtails, she came and she said, "Hey, my name's Brandy Beck." She said, I think I went to high school with you. And so,
get over here.
So
I was thinking that she was in overalls and y'all were still at the fertilizer.
no,
Fertilizer college.
We moved on.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry. And so anyway, Caleb Calhoun said, I'm good without the mic, so I'm going to lay it right here. Is this all right with you, choir director?
Sure.
And so anyway, we met. She fell head over heels in love. And she always seemed to position herself wherever I was going to be. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I think she had an agenda. So anyway,
So she chased you.
she chased me. Now, she'll say she didn't,
Yeah.
but she did. And so she fell in love, and over time I fell in love.
Sure.
And so then we graduated, got married. God bless us with 3 wonderful boys, and we got a baby on the way.
That's right.
December the 2nd. Our next baby.
December the 2nd. Oh, I know.
You first.
Plug on December 2nd. Brandy. December 1st would be the goal. December 1st is Isaac's birthday. Just be cool. It's
cool.
1 day off. Not that hard. If everything goes well, push it
Not
off.
that hard.
You know, it'd be different if we was moving
You
for
got
2
it.
weeks or
That's
3
good,
weeks.
yeah.
We just got 1 day to make up.
Listen, Brandy she's right now saying
She's
she
fired
did
up.
not chase
She's
you.
fired up.
She did
She's
not
laughing.
chase you.
She's got smiling.
I got it. So do we know the gender of the
We
child?
don't know.
Okay.
Rachel says teen
I've
girl.
got an idea. I've got an idea.
Chris Davis.
Okay. I've got an idea. The day you guys find out, you don't find out. You let me find out.
Facebook official. Hey,
Okay.
I just
And
heard
then-
that. So, repeat that.
Okay. So the day that you go to
Okay.
the My Baby and Me or whatever you do,
Okay.
you go to the doctor
Okay.
or you go to the ultrasound and you say, "Sir, we don't want to know. We want this gentleman, Ben, to know. Give him an envelope, and then I will know the gender of your child,
Okay.
and we will plan you a gender reveal party.
Gender
What
reveal.
does Miss Brandy say about it?
Brandy, I need you. Can we get her?
Lynn's on board.
How do I add her to this live video?
I don't know. Be careful. I remember.
Easy. We may cut it off, right?
I don't want
Yeah.
to do that.
Ben wants to do a gender reveal, says Erica.
Yeah, I do.
What say ye, Miss Brandy?
I do.
Miss Brandy, what is the verb?
It's up
She
to
may have
you.
logged off.
Everybody's with it, just so
She
you know,
may
Miss
have
Brandy.
logged off.
She said yes.
Yes.
Gender reveal party.
Wow.
Okay, so
Wow.
am I in charge?
That's a nut.
Am I in
Wow.
charge?
Oh, I
Be
get it's too
in
late.
charge?
You got to be in charge.
Wow.
It was your idea.
It was your idea. I'm out of it.
I like free parties. Party for no reason. You know what I mean? Let's just make up a party. I like it. Gender reveal. He likes baseball.
Miss
I don't
Brandy
know.
said
Ben's got a plan.
yes. Miss Brandy said, yeah. She smiled. She gave
Ashley Polly's she's got teen boys, but she has like 800 boys. I mean, they're
Wow.
like,
Okay.
They do.
And
They do.
they-
Jesse's on. Yeah, I'm with boys too.
and maybe Jesse.
Larry Marion, what's happening?
Will there be food at the party? Ask Ben. He's in charge.
Listen, I will.
You know
I
it'd
am
be
in
rough.
charge.
Capital City Grove.
I am in charge, and this will be gender reveal party. I don't know how we might do. Well, obviously, we'll be live. The recap will be live.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know.
So we're gonna do it on recap.
When do we find out?
20 weeks.
Because she would have to be here. Normally they videotape. Everybody will want to be there. Everybody can't fit in the recap room.
Well, we'll be outside.
Oh, I see.
Oh, I
We'll
see.
be. I don't
We're
know.
taking this to the
We may
streets.
do. Have you
It's
seen?
real.
There's listen on
It's
Facebook.
getting real.
It is.
On Facebook, there's all these
streets.
videos like of gender reveal parties that go wrong. So like if Miss Brandy's throwing a softball to you and you don't like the pitch and you just let it go by and then the ball explodes on the ground.
You don't want that.
She
You
mentioned
don't
fireworks.
don't
She
do
mentioned
that.
she wanted fireworks.
I don't know how to
Gender
do
reveal
that.
fireworks.
I don't know how to do that. I'll give you fire. I'll give you sparkles.
No, I've heard of that.
I'll give you sparkles.
She mentioned that. What did she say? About
About 3
3
weeks.
Okay.
3
Yeah,
weeks.
3 weeks.
Okay,
Good.
don't cheat.
Good.
I'm having deja vu, but
This is
we've never
awesome.
done this before.
I
Seems like we
yeah.
have. It's going good. Okay,
Oh,
30 minutes in. Let's
I-
press on. We got a lot of questions for you.
No, I'm so happy. I didn't do any
Well-
gender reveal parties with my
I didn't
kids.
either.
You came for the next one.
I don't know.
Yeah, that is
Listen,
true. Y'all
let
stay
me,
young.
let me tell you a little story about the old pastor over here. Okay. Yeah, he decides.
By the way, we're off our notes.
There ain't nothing planned right now.
No.
Okay, so he came in. Can I tell that story?
I really don't know what you're going to tell.
Can I
But
tell
you're
you
welcome
you
to
coming
share.
in? You coming in? You around my house and stuff. I guess I can.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. So anyway, he came
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
He came in one weekend, and so we had him and Miss Brandy over at our house. You know, and my wife was talking about having another child, which she wants another child, and I do not, which is fine. We'll let the Lord lead. But anyway, so anyway, Pastor John's like, oh yeah, you know, I got 3. You know, once you have 3, you can have 10. It ain't no big deal. He's like, I want the Lord to bless you with more children. And he left my house, and like a month later, he was expecting a child. So God got him, and not me. So
That
tricks-
is true.
tricks on
That
me.
is true. Tricks on me.
Yeah.
And I received it.
And now I'm doing gender reveal parties.
Yeah.
Now, yeah.
Brandy is pumped. I'm pumped. I wish I could get you on the live video, Brandy. I don't know how to do that. I wanted to add you so you.
Well,
My mom, Yvonne, said Ben.
Is it your mom?
That's my mama.
I'm Mama
Yvonne.
Smith.
Yvonne.
I got you.
Y-V-O-N-N-E.
I got you.
Ben, call me when you find
Mom
mom
and
and dad before the party.
Can we get them?
They want to
Can
know.
we
They
get
want
them
to
here?
know.
Yeah, mom and dad. Y'all want to come?
Are they retired?
No, they're not retired, but they can probably come.
Come on down, my mom. Well, is she mama or Mimi or mammy or
She's grandmama.
grandmama?
And pops.
Grandmama and pops.
Yep, that's them.
Grandmama and pops. Listen, Rachel said that she drank from the water fountain when she was here, which was true because we were popping out babies like 5 years ago every
Yeah, we was.
every week.
It was so great. Anybody drank out of the water fountain? That's why we stayed out of that.
That's why Ida brought her own water bottle.
That's right.
She
That's
didn't want
right.
to go that. Okay, well, y'all want to get back on track?
So gender
I am
reveal.
pumped
That's
up about
happening.
this gender
I
reveal.
Y'all got to be a part of it.
very vulnerable right now.
You could be.
Why?
I can
Can you
understand. That.
understand that?
Don't be.
It's too much. I see what you
A whole
mean.
lot going
If
on.
I was in your
a lot of
position,
decisions being made
Yeah.
right here on my
Yeah.
We are
Yeah.
going over an hour. I can tell you
This
that
is
tonight.
good.
we got.
We will be over an hour. Get you some popcorn, kiddies.
This is good. This is good. This is good.
Great.
That's fun to have somebody.
Get back on track, Trav.
All right, let's get back on track. So, another question we wanted to ask, and I wanted Ben did an outstanding job on some of these questions, I believe,
Thank you.
in order for us to get to know the pastor and who he is, not only spiritually, but you know who he is as a man and what he knows and what he likes. But let me pick one here. I wanted to know this for my personal,
All right.
but I'm not gonna pick out.
Are you texting your mom?
No, I'm not.
Oh.
I'm bringing up some questions.
I like this right here.
For us? You got questions
No,
for
just
us?
making sure you're up to date.
Sorry.
What is the best way for a Christian? This one about reviving.
Okay.
What is the best way for a Christian to revive themselves after having a season of being stale? And let me, if I can, explain a little bit more. So, because someone that might be in this situation, someone might have felt this before. So, stale, like we'll talk about the one that was on fire for God, or that might have just got saved, or even if they even rededicated, that there was a time in their life where they was really about God and God's Word and they wanted to go to church anytime they could, and they couldn't wait to do their reading every day. But then life goes on, whether they feel not wanted, or whether something bad happened, or whether they didn't feel like God was blessed. Whatever the case was, they drew away, even if they wasn't being rebellious, but they drew away from that fire, from their excitement. So not that they don't even go to church. They still go to church, but maybe they just don't have the joy that they used to. What would be the best way you think would be the first steps into reviving that fire, reviving that joy?
Good question. Thank you. Good question, Ben.
Yeah.
Whenever somebody usually first comes to faith in Christ, especially if they're radically changed, they got this fire, the joy. Nobody can get them to frown. They just want to serve the Lord, read the Scripture, share with others. But over time, sometimes that kind of begins to dissipate in our life, and we get discouraged.
Right.
And then the more we get discouraged, the more cold we start to feel at times, and so it can be a unending pattern that we fall into. I've got 3 thoughts in my mind about it. One, there's not only one way to be revived, but I could make a statement on some things you could do to help kindle that fire again.
Sure.
Or I could share why that happens, why we get cold. Or I could even go deeper to the makeup of a human and what's really taking place in someone's life during that time. So let me just give it a shot, and we'll see where it goes. How it kind of goes.
Good call.
Go with it.
I'll start just by saying this: a technical thing to realize. A man or a woman is a body and a soul and a spirit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so before we come to faith in Christ, we're a body and a soul, but we're dead spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
And so the second birth is when we believe on the Lord Jesus Christ. His Spirit quickens our dead spirit,
right,
and we become a total person. Now we're body, soul, and spirit. Well, the soul is the seat of our mind, will, and emotions, right? So it determines what we think, how we feel, and what we will do. And so when a man is born again, or a woman born again spiritually, they're spiritually made alive. They're made new, alive. Right. And the Spirit has desire for God, desire to be holy, desire to be righteous, desire to read the Bible, and desire to pray. And so what happens is over time, when we allow other things to come in our life, it begins to influence our soul. And so when our soul so for example, when I first got saved, I cut out television. Not saying anything's wrong with television, but man, I was so hungry for the Word. I didn't watch TV. I didn't listen to any music but Christian music. And I was always in my Bible, always praying, always reading. And man, I was on fire for God. And then what happened over time is I started maybe watching a little TV, and it started creating these thoughts in my soul, these imaginations, and it started to kind of overshadow my spirit's desire for the Lord a little bit. Mm-hmm. And maybe I'd listen to some music that wasn't Christian music, and those words would start to influence my soul, and so my soul would start getting louder and louder and kind of cover over my desire for the Lord. And my desire for the Lord was still there. But then what happens is Peter said, abstain from lust that war against the soul. And so a lot of times what happens is the reason we get cold is because we've kind of started giving other things our attention, and we have a desire on the inside for the Lord, but it seems like that soul has been strengthened by maybe outside influences,
right? Okay.
And so then it becomes this big struggle. Reading the Bible feels like it weighs 1,000 pounds,
Sure.
Prayer seems like rocks falling out of our mouth, and we get discouraged. We're like, what's wrong? What's going on? And so then the more we get discouraged, the less we want to pray. The less we want to read our Bible. And so then the more we start finding comfort in television, food, friendships, and spiritually we're starving, but it's such a hard thing to get back. So it's not an easy thing to get back. So
Sure.
I think like in Hebrews it says to labor to enter in rest. So it takes a lot of work. So, what I would say is, the question I ask myself, am I reading the Bible? Am I praying? Am I going to church faithfully? Am I giving? Am I tithing? Am I giving?
Sure.
And am I serving others? Those 5 basic principles. If I say no to any of those things, that's where I need to start. So I would say, start reading the Scripture. Start praying. Be sure you're tithing. Be sure you're attending worship regularly. And be sure you're serving someone. And once you do that continually, it starts to break this crusty soul. It starts to break through. And your spirit man becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. And so then all of a sudden there's momentum in your life again.
Sure.
But as soon as you start taking away those 5 basic principles of the Christian life, you start getting dull again. And so, those are just a few things simply. I mean, there's a lot of ways to answer that. So I don't know if that helps at all. But look, so here's what I would encourage you to do. Maybe that's you. Maybe you've been on fire for God and you kind of interest in fellowship, interest in worship. You're still a believer, right? You love Jesus, you're saved. That's not the problem. So here's what I would encourage you to do. Not only add those things, Bible, prayer, and look, it's not going to be fun, and you're not going to get anything out of it to start with, but just stay at it. Labor to enter into rest. And then I would encourage you to do this. Take 30 days, and only listen to Christian music for 30 days. Don't listen to anything else but Christian music for 30 days. And don't watch the television for 30 days. I'm just saying how you can jumpstart that fire again.
Oh, yeah.
And I guarantee you, after 30 days, you'll start having this desire for the Lord.
Yeah.
That gets covered up, and this is the thought I always have when I do that. I say, man, why did I ever quit this? And so that would be just kind of my thoughts on that.
Amen.
Got a follow-up. So now, let's say this person's going to take that advice.
Okay.
Where are you leading or recommending for Bible reading? Do you say I'm the kind of guy starting Genesis and Revelations? You a guy that likes the Psalms? If it's somebody that knows a little bit about the Bible, they've read the Bible in the past, they want to get a good program. Where should they start?
Okay.
And then how should they go about the 30 days?
Okay.
Good question.
So for the new believer, for someone, if you're not familiar with the Scriptures at all, I'd encourage you to do this. Go to the New Testament. There's Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and go to the Gospel of John. And I'd encourage you to read the Gospel of John. If you're not familiar with the Bible, read the Gospel of John. Read it from chapter 1 and read a chapter a day maybe, all the way through to the end of the Gospel of John. Then after you finish the Gospel of John, I'd encourage you to go back and start in John chapter 1 again and read through the Gospel of John a second time. Then after you finish John the second time, I'd encourage you to go back and read the Gospel of John the third time. Read one for the Father, one for the Son, and one for the Holy Ghost.
That's right. That's right.
Now, if you're a believer that knows the Scripture, you're familiar with it, but they've just gotten old and boring and discouraging, and there's no life in them for you, here's a simple way that I do in my life. There's usually 30 or 31 days in the month. I go, if it's June, what's today? June the 28th.
28.
June 28th. So if that's you, tonight, open up your Bible to Proverbs and go to chapter 28. There's a proverb for every day of the month.
Yes.
So if you're familiar with the Bible, but you've got out of habit, out of routine with reading the Bible, so like on July 1st, read Proverbs chapter 1. July 2nd, Proverbs chapter 2. It's a book of wisdom. And that is, I believe, a key book in the Scripture to start with to get back into a good reading program. I wouldn't necessarily recommend reading Genesis through Revelation if you've been discouraged and maybe the Bible's become kind of, you're not interested in it. I'd encourage you to get into Proverbs. Read a proverb a day and do that through and make that a habit every month of your life. Just read a proverb a day, one for every day of the week. So,
Agreed.
and look, if you miss a day, if you miss July 3rd, just pick up on Proverbs 4 the next day.
Sure.
So don't get discouraged. Just keep at it.
Easy way to keep you on track.
Very easy way. Yeah, very easy way.
You was talking about breaking up that. I was thinking about breaking up the fallow ground.
Break it up out of the ground.
Yeah,
That's good.
good.
If you don't have a Bible, good news.
Good news.
Oh, we need to start that.
Yeah, good news.
Here is the first ever recap giveaway. And for our first gift will be a brand new Bible.
Brand new Bible.
Brand new. Well,
Wow.
I said, I
It
think
is
I'm
brand
overdoing it a little bit, but that's all right.
And for our first giveaway,
Shout out Jesse Polly and Nova Rubber.
that's right.
The man with the beard.
That's right. Man with the beard, that is serious too.
Yeah.
And he's always took care of us when it comes to books and Bibles any way that he can. And Nova Rubber.
I told him I needed a Bible, and he said, great. So
I'll be back in 5 minutes. So shout out to him, man. I really appreciate it. Very first gift will be a Bible. We thought how fitting. And since it's kind of get to know our Pastor John segment this week, he'll be signing the Bible for you, and we'll sign it by the reCAP crew, and we'll put our name in there because we don't know what God's going to do with this, and if it's around for a long time, we thought it'd be neat for you to have a Bible signed by that, something you can look back on. And then Ruby Begonia, hey, nice to see you. I see you commented on there.
Hey, Lynn
Good to see you.
says, I'm really enjoying Sunday school reading Proverbs.
Oh,
That's
yes,
your Sunday
ma'am.
school class.
Yes, ma'am, that's right. We've been going through Proverbs for the Sunday school. I guess we'll put that plug in. Thank you for that, Miss Lynn.
Yeah.
But what we started was, I loved Proverbs growing up. When he said started Proverbs to read, that's what my dad and mom did when I was growing up. We would take turns reading a chapter a night. So I thought, well, how cool would it be? Because, sometimes people that doesn't read all the time, some of those scriptures get passed over and you don't really meditate too much on them. And the Holy Spirit might not be directing you to meditate on them at the time. So I thought, well, how cool would it be to start at Proverbs for Sunday school, really dig in not only Sunday school purposes, not only our applications for our spiritual lives, but what was going on in that time? What was he actually talking about in some of those verses? Why was he talking about those types of things? And I appreciate that. So if you do come to Sunday school, that's where we're at. We're almost through Proverbs, so we'll have to start at
26 tomorrow, 27.
26.
just go through John 3 times.
We can go through John. John. It's one of my favorite books. So
we have a Bible, and we're going to give one away.
Yes.
Now,
How they going to get it, though? Who gets
right.
it?
Well,
That's the question.
Stay here. Here's the deal. You're going to ask a question, or that to the audience that is watching right now. We've got over 20-some people.
Okay.
And they will respond with the answer. The
Yeah.
first one that we see correctly, will get this Bible. So I asked you to think of a question, a little bit of a more difficult question, not like what's my favorite color or anything like that.
So to be clear, you guys that are watching, it was at the 30 sign. You're going to have to tell your friends and neighbors to get on and find out, because we're going to have us just like a radio show would. Ask a question, you have to answer it by the comments. The first one with the right answer receives the Bible giveaway signed by the pastor and the reCAP crew for yours to keep forever and start reading in John or Proverbs, whichever you prefer.
Right. That'd be great.
Without further ado,
all right, question.
we don't know it, by the way. We don't know either.
Here's my question. Now, look, what if some of them? Well, I'm just going to ask.
If Brandy answers, she's disqualified.
Brandy, you can't answer.
No.
You'll be disqualified.
If Mama Smith, if Grandma,
Mom and Dad, they know the answer.
Me, Grandma, you can't answer.
All right, so here's the question we'll pose to you. What is?
Come on.
What is my biggest fear? That's the question.
I don't know.
If you can answer that question, you'll have placed in your hands a brand new, the defined King James Bible. So we need to monitor this. We've got it coming in. What is my biggest fear? My biggest fear.
And we're going to go on about snakes, is what Sarah McClanahan said.
Snakes? Snake was Rachel? Snake?
I'm not answering yet.
Okay.
We'll
just let it roll. We'll see how it goes.
Somebody's going to have to know the answer.
They keep guessing it. So if he sees it, we got ticks and spiders, heights. Is it cable? Kabul? Okay.
Mama, you can't answer.
Yep.
Mama,
She
get
is
off
your
my
mom.
wife. No, my wife's not my biggest fear. She is the love of my life. Hey, let me say this. My wife is the love of my life.
I like her.
And
I really do.
I think she's hot.
Hey,
I do.
Rat, your mom. We're not accepting no answers from Miss.
No answers from my mom. Miss Yvonne, you're not allowed to answer any of these.
Miss Yvonne, please. No more. Somebody text her. Somebody. Showers? Lord, I hope not. I hope
No.
you go with them,
Gender
brother.
reveal
No,
parties.
how do I say?
Hey, speaking of smelling
Gender
good,
reveal
hey,
parties.
life hack of the week. Life hack of the week.
All right, what is it?
Since he brought up showers and smelling good, we're going to keep looking at that.
I don't know the answer. I can't say.
I don't know the
I
answer.
can't say like, hey, congratulations, you won, because
Right.
I didn't tell nobody.
Right.
Write it down.
Failure is your biggest fear.
Miss Ida Kerlock wins.
Yeah.
She wins. Miss Ida wins.
Mice.
Mine's my
Hey,
biggest fear.
Seriously, I did not know. She did not. She was not privy to the information because I didn't know myself. Ida,
This is rigged.
I told y'all. Look here.
Listen, I
This
just
is
want you to
rigged.
know, if mice come in the room,
I'm out.
but I'll hurt somebody.
I'm out.
I'm telling you. Can I tell you a quick story about a mouse real quick?
Please do.
Years ago, my wife and I, when we got married,
No, we got.
We're here.
We got. I'm
If
going.
y'all hanging, we're hanging.
We
This
got all
is-
night, praise
yeah.
the Lord. So look, when me and my wife first got married, we lived in the basement apartment of Tim Burkey, a pastor in Habersham, Georgia. And one day there was a mouse in
Hold
the
on a
house.
second. We're scrambling up. Hold on.
We're scrambling.
Yeah, hold on.
We're gonna have to run us straight into
You,
that cave.
you need to get us better internet.
Okay. Okay. First order of business. all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, please do that.
Okay.
And so we had saw a mouse in the house, and I went to the bedroom and I locked the door, and I left Brandy out in the living room with a broom.
In her overalls?
I left Brandy out with a broom. Brandy, she can testify to this. And look, she didn't get it, and I got mad because she didn't get it.
I was carnal.
So here's what we
Got
did.
them mice.
Here's what we did. We got a shoebox and a pencil and a rope, and we propped that shoebox up, put some cheese, and I hid in the bedroom
Life hack of the
under
week.
the door. And so
With a string.
with a string to pull when that mouse came out.
Must have been waiting for him.
Brother, I waited a long time.
Well, at least we know he's dedicated.
Hey, listen.
Ain't
Anytime,
easy gonna give up.
anytime we catch a mouse in a mouse trap, my wife has to go get rid of it.
I catch you down in 2 minutes.
Listen, I can't do it.
I don't like
Wow. Ida, you
Keep
win.
doing it.
We going to
Listen,
sign.
I know you win.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Can you
I will
believe
have the whole sign by myself. Honestly, she didn't know that was an honest guess. I didn't even know what it was.
Hey, what's our life hack about smell?
Life hack of the week. He was talking about showers and smelling good. I don't know who gets the credit, whether it's you or Brandy, about the clothes.
Oh, yes.
Who gets the credit there?
The credit there goes to a pastor in Jagampeta, India.
That's right.
Surendra Kumar.
Life
If Pastor Surrendra's watching, he turned me on to those clothes.
clothes. So what happened was
I
he
think
has a can of. I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm on board now. I'm not normally a bandwagon rider, but I'm riding
I
this
just had
bandwagon.
deja vu.
Huh?
I just had
I've already had it before. I'm not kidding. So he's opening an Altoids. It's not Altoids, and it looks like chewing tobacco. It's not chewing
It's not
tobacco.
chewing tobacco.
But he sticks these in his. Okay, so here's what happened. Shout out to the college student thing. So we had this college student, and all it was all of us hanging out, laughing, carrying on. We got to talking about a guy that I worked with that was supposed to go to the dentist, and he didn't go to the dentist. So we got to talk about all these things about bad breath and all this stuff and halitosis and ha.
Break the
Well,
end off.
He pulls out. He said, "Brother, I use cloves."
Are you
And I was like, "What do you mean you use cloves?" And I use mouthwash, toothpaste, right? Normal stuff. He said, "Well, if you put a mint in your mouth, normally you crack it all up." Well,
you got one in your mouth?
so a pastor told him about this from India, and you take these cloves. I'm going to grab one.
Yeah, get one.
Now I'm on board. I do this now,
Yeah.
especially during church time because you're always talking to people.
Are you saying
hi?
clothes or cloves?
cloves.
They're cloves.
Cloves.
Not
It's-
cloves.
So you go in the Kroger aisle and get
Yes.
cloves. So it's a little stick with a ball on top. You crack that ball off, and then you just stick the stick in your mouth.
Yeah.
You leave it in your mouth. You can stick it in your
Mine's
in your jaw.
dissolved.
It does not dissolve, actually.
Eat your-
You're going to have to chew it up solid. Okay,
Oh,
he's
you-
crushed
you-
My
his.
tongue's burned.
Let's say no. Now his tongue is
Teach them how
numb.
to use it.
Yeah, his tongue is numb, and he is filled with clove flavor. In his mouth, it's a little bit intense. So you leave it in there,
Do I swallow them?
and when you can eat it. You crushed it way
Yeah.
too much. You didn't listen to
You
the
didn't listen.
your presupposition was way wrong when it comes to chewing cloves.
My wife.
But your
Assumption.
previous assumption,
Yeah.
your
Can I
fault.
take it out?
Okay, so you stick it in your mouth, and before you talk to somebody, you crack it. Like
Just crack it
you
once.
just crunch it one time, not chew it.
Don't
Bust it open, and it's
He
slowly. It's like, oh yeah, it's bad if you do it that way.
Yeah.
But if you slowly do it, the aroma.
You're
of
the one who
clove-
told me to do it.
I know.
Well, yeah, you gotta learn. You gotta learn.
Yeah.
It's a process. So you chew it, you crack it, and it will fill
My
your mouth with the
throat's
clove
numb.
flavor. Yeah, it makes you numb too. But if you crack it every now and then, it's not so bad.
That's
So
right.
you can crack it, leave it in there. As you talk to more people, you crunch a little bit as you talk.
Why don't you just buy Altoids?
Because they go away too
They
fast.
go away too quick. These cloves, I've still got the same clove
Yeah.
in my jaw. You guys can't tell. I don't know if I could preach with one
No.
because I think you would. I think you would.
Choke on it.
My
Yeah,
whole mouth.
But talking to someone, it's easy to do. So life hack of the week, we're going to start doing this.
Close.
Ben has a life hack, by the way, that he might share.
I swallowed it.
But you can swallow it. But you take that clove, rip the ball off of it. He told me this. This is not me. This is him, and the pastor in India told him.
Yes.
But you want to do this if you like. I'm on board. He brought me
Hey,
a
listen.
bucket of cloves. Now I carry them around.
Hey, look. Brandy said something. Cloves freshen breath, kill parasites, and help tooth pain.
Exactly. So if you got tooth pain, it'll numb it. If you have parasites in your mouth, it will fix that. But I will say,
Is this show over yet?
No, we're about an hour, but it's really going good, I think. So, and we have some more questions, but
Can you go get me a water?
we thought we'd do life hack of the week,
Go back there or something.
and I really enjoyed myself. Now, it's like a natural way of doing it.
Yeah.
And Brandy, and of course, you know, my son's autistic. My youngest son's autistic. And if you don't know that on here, I would appreciate you helping in prayer with that. Just put that bug in there that wasn't planned,
The
but
next getaway should be cloves.
it should be close. It could
That'd
be
be good.
a bucket of cloves.
Bucket of
We'll
cloves.
get the organic kind, so we won't waste our money. But Ida's in a lot of that natural stuff and healthy stuff, healthy marts and all that. So when Brandy said, "Oh, it's a natural way to do that," I was
Yeah.
all for it.
Yeah.
So get you some cloves, freshen your breath. Don't be embarrassed on Sunday morning when you say hi after biscuits and gravy.
Yep.
That was our life hack. Do you have a life hack?
I don't know.
If
I
you,
haven't paid any attention in the last probably 120 seconds.
you had one because you texted it to me.
I've
Go
got-
ahead to say it.
I've got stuff in my teeth.
He chewed the whole thing up.
I still got it. I
You
can drink with it.
Yeah.
It's. I actually love it.
I
Yeah.
can't. You know when you go to the y'all ever had dental work done?
Yeah.
And they put that Q-tip in your mouth, and they say we'll be back in 60 seconds.
Which
Yeah.
somehow sucks up all the saliva.
Well, it numbs
your
your
entire
whole,
mouth.
and then you start swallowing. You're like, I can't feel myself swallowing it. That's what you just did to me.
Here, we need a water, brother Nick.
You know what was embarrassing to me, and I don't know if they do it anymore. But they used. Y'all remember? Hey, some of y'all from my age. I'm 36. Back in the day, we used to go to the dentist, and they would stick them 2 huge mouthpieces in your mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Like they was entirely too big for anybody's mouth. Not mine's a small mouth, believe it or not, on the inside. And they would stick them in there, and girls, and you know when you was 17, get them in there, and the girls would walk by, and you got this huge thing and drool and everything coming out of your mouth. It's terrible. I hated that. Get you some red vines. I like to clothe myself. I thought it was a life hack.
I'm a Twizzler guy, not a Red Vine.
That's healthy. That was my Father's Day present, by the way, from Uno. Thank you, son. I love you. You'll be on the show one day. But
I can't wait for that show.
he wanted to be here, man. He was mad about it.
I love him. He's a good boy.
Favorite book of the Bible?
Listen,
Favorite book of the Bible? Man, they're all so good.
They are.
I love the Gospel of John.
is that because your name's John?
Well, no. The Lord probably just knew that was coming, you know. But yeah, I love the I like the Gospel of John. It's
Very good.
It's probably my favorite.
Yeah.
Sports related, who's the GOAT?
Greatest of all time.
Greatest of all time, MJ or LeBron?
Oh my goodness.
You like the NBA?
Listen,
You talked to me about the
the
NBA.
greatest of all time is Larry Bird. Guys, listen.
From downtown, that dude won every three-point contest
Listen,
there
I'm
was.
telling you.
Larry Bird, 33.
I'm telling you, 33 Celtics. My goodness, I like them.
That is true. He was pretty good.
I mean, you know,
He was rough too. He
listen.
didn't get pushed around.
No, and look, he didn't have the benefit that LeBron and Jordan have. They get all the calls, man.
They do.
Yeah, they get all the calls. You can't get too close to them.
Larry Bird.
That's true.
Yeah, Larry Bird, he had a hustle.
Larry, the Bird.
Not the most athletic guy, but man, he knew basketball.
Yeah.
Larry Bird, if you're watching, a little shout out to you.
Yeah, hook us up.
Hey,
Come
come on
visit
down.
Capital
Yeah,
City.
Larry Bird, come on down to the show. Come to church with us. So,
Man.
well,
You know what I found out?
we went an hour.
You know what I found out?
What we want to do? Do we keep going?
I don't know. Do we keep going? I do have, it's Animal
Did we
Week.
get a third shirt? Do we get a third show?
I have a story.
Yeah, we can do it to be continued.
We can do like a
Yeah.
chapter 2A or B or C.
So
all
what's our
what you wanna
animal
do.
story for the day?
I'll
Go
look
with the
at-
animal
so I have a
story.
story. You
I
guys
wasn't
will not
talking-
believe. So in my house, they is so I live up on top of a hill. Well, the garbage can is down at the bottom of the hill, and me and about 5 other houses, not very many houses on top of this hill. We share the cost of this big green dumpster that's at the bottom. And we'll put it in. I have a little trailer that I pull behind the four-wheeler to make it easy. We'll put it in there, and then I will take that trailer down to the dumpster periodically and dump it out. First and Second Samuel for Sarah McClanahan. Thank you. That's
Nice.
good. Those are good books too, no doubt. Anyway, so I put the trash in there. Well, sometimes these squirrels get into the trash if I don't have time. And these ain't squirrels you shoot with a shot. These are squirrels you shoot with like grenade launchers. I've never seen nothing like this. They are big. You know, I have pulled out BB guns. They laugh at BB guns. 22s, you can't hit me. You know, I'm not joking. So they will get into my trash if I don't take it down to the can fast enough. If they smell something, they get in there, tear it all to pieces, pull whatever they want out. And I'm serious. You'll see them sitting on a stump with a bag of Cheetos, getting every crumb out of it. And so I'm like, I'm gonna get this squirrel. And there was some guy that was cutting trees down for the power line company up the hill for some random reason. He happened to be there with me, so he can vouch for this. I don't know his name, but we visited just long enough to watch this squirrel.
Yeah.
So this squirrel jumps into the can. He's pulling around. I come outside. He jumps out, and he's got something big. Got something big in his hand, but we can't tell what it is. It's huge. I'm not kidding. It's a huge thing in his hand. And this squirrel is running over to the tree. And I'm kind of like, I don't see you, but I really do see you, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't see. I'm going to go get this squirrel. You know, I'm walking over with a club. You know, we learned last week in Proverbs a maul, Matthew Henry said, was to beat someone's brains out with. That's what Matthew Henry said. So I thought, you know, let's beat this squirrel up here because he keeps getting in my trash. So I'm not mean to animals. It's causing problems. So I'm walking over to this squirrel, right? And I don't really know what it has yet. And that guy's like, what are you doing? I was like, you see that squirrel? He's like, what's that squirrel got that's huge? I said, I don't know. Well, I get close and the squirrel takes off up the tree. Well, we thought we lost it because the leaves are out and all that. I was like, oh man, you know, I was going to throw something at it. It's really what I was going to do. But he got up in there. So me and this guy's talking about him cutting the power lines and trees. We look up in this tree, and this squirrel is out on the branch. I swear he was looking with a smile on his face. This squirrel was up in the tree, I do not kid you, with a whole slice of pepperoni pizza. Standing there like this right here. Going, I'm not kidding you. He had a whole slice where it was, I don't know if it was old or she threw it away, but it was a whole slice. And he was up in the tree like, and I said, I was like, dude, that's pepperoni pizza. And that guy was like, I've never seen a squirrel eat pepperoni pizza. And I was like, I have not. So I've got some real problem with squirrels. If you like squirrels, if you want them, lure them in, take them home, eat them.
Did you ever start sleeping?
You're more than what, huh?
Did you ever start sleeping?
No, man. I did move back up in the bed, though. And I got online and checked them Tufton needles out. Tufton needle beds.
Shout out. Give us a sponsor.
I haven't got one yet, but I like to get one. But that squirrel was in the tree, I kid you not, with the whole pepperoni pizza, and he gobbled the whole thing down.
Wow.
And was laughing the whole time. But that was my...
Maybe you should just sprinkle some cloves around and let him eat that.
He wouldn't like it.
He'll leave.
He wouldn't like it.
That's awful.
He wouldn't like it. Are we going to continue on, or are we going to wrap it up?
I don't know, whatever you want. You want to do one more segment?
We got 4 horsemen of faith.
Yeah.
We got the cream of the crop, which if you haven't seen, Macho Man Randy Savage. Macho Man Randy Savage. Okay, now we're not advocating.
Give us a little Macho Man.
Come
on.
Yeah, brother.
Come on, give us some.
Look, I didn't bring none of those. I didn't bring none of those creams, and I don't know if we have any creams here. But there was an announcement way back in the day that Macho Man did. You know, one of them interviews with Mean Gene Oakland, and he was talking about being the cream of the crop, the best. And he had like 5 cream of the crops in his hand, but you couldn't tell they was in his hand. You know, you just thought he was doing like this, and he kept pulling them out, going, "Oh yeah, I'm the cream of the crop," you know. And he'd drop them and do this. So he's like, "Well, we can do a cream of the crop."
Yeah,
like something funny that happened, or something crazy, or something that we saw. The cream of the crop.
He was interviewed by me. You know who Mean Gene? Are you a wrestling guy?
No.
Well, you missed out.
You missed out.
We're not advocating, but we had the 4 horsemen of faith. We had the cream of the crop. What's your favorite song? You know your favorite song?
Yeah, let's ask you 2 or 3 more questions, and we'll leave.
Favorite song? I have decided to follow Jesus. Favorite song?
It's a good one.
Favorite song?
Good altar call song.
Favorite song? First song I learned as a Christian, and favorite one.
So if you were going to be put to death in prison, and they say, "What do you want to listen to before you die?"
I have decided to follow Jesus.
That's a good.
No turning back.
Keep me motivated. Right.
The world behind me and the cross before me. I wouldn't sing it. My wife said, "Whatever you do, don't sing."
Tonight.
Oh yes,
yeah.
Sing, brother.
Well, she said I don't sound as good as I think I sound.
My wife says the same
But
thing.
listen, I'm telling you, like I really think I've gotten better. I feel it.
I will say
songwriter.
your wives are correct.
About what?
Both of those statements are accurate.
I don't know what to say about that.
I'm in the choir. I'm leading.
I'm
Yep.
teasing.
But yeah, that's my favorite song.
What's your favorite song?
What's your favorite song?
Does that have to be spiritual on this podcast?
That's a tough one, but I would say I love "This Is My Story." This is my song.
Man, yeah.
Praising my Savior
All day long.
It makes, when I hear that, it makes me think, and let's get real, it makes me think of my life before. And like where He's brought me from now, and this is my story. My story is I was lost and undone and could not fix myself. And my wife, my family, we was a wreck spiritually and had no way, no joy. And my story is He saved me from it all.
Yeah.
When I hear that story, every time I hear that song, it floods back in my mind what He's done for me.
I think you should sing it Sunday. Why don't you guys sing a duet Sunday morning?
What's your favorite
Let's
song?
work out. We'll work slowly until
Yeah.
relationships here.
Yeah, that's right.
There are a lot of like
I thought this ought to be put on the spot tonight, guys. I didn't know, man, my gender reveal party.
Yes, I forgot.
Yeah,
We are doing a
he's gonna
gender
know my baby
reveal.
is before I do.
He will.
Does that make you nervous?
And who knows what He's going to do with it.
Well, you promised you can't lie.
Oh,
You
no,
already said
I made a commitment.
it is
I mean,
on.
We're done.
And my
It is
wife
on the show.
agreed. If my wife wouldn't, she said, don't let him sing. My wife said we can do it.
Erica's "My God Is Big Enough."
Oh, yeah.
What a day that will be,
what a
Larry
day.
Mary.
Oh, what a day.
It is well with my soul, Miss
Amen.
Lynn.
My Savior lives. My Savior's love. Sarah McLennan.
I like Fear is a Liar.
Blessed
Oh, that's a good
Redeemer.
one.
Blessed Redeemer. There is a fountain. That's a
Oh,
good one,
that's a good
Caleb.
one. Yeah, that's a good one. Caleb who?
Very good.
If it's Calhoun, it'll be all.
Lit.
It won't be anything.
Lynn says Hatfield recap karaoke at the gender reveal party.
Wow.
Yeah, we can do it. We can do it.
Anything else you want to say before we go? You coming back in 2 weeks?
We got to do a scripture of the day, or a thought of the day, because I did have a thought. Are we doing it now?
Well, I'm
That
going to wrap it
reference
up,
Paul.
so yeah.
Okay, we're getting ready to polish it off. So, it was Animal Week this week for me. It wasn't really broadcasted between me and me. I actually thought about that on my way here. But we had all these stories of animals this week. He's afraid of mice.
Yes.
We
terrified.
had squirrels eating pizza.
Wow.
And something else that happened to me earlier this week. And I wanted to talk about some past services we've had too. They've really been good. And it's been great. And I feel like the whole church has been fed by you, Pastor, and I appreciate that. And I hope God continues to use that. You kind of talked a little bit about what we're talking about last Wednesday night when you talked about others being the most important thing and investing ourselves into others and loving one another. But I was on my way to St. Albans on the railroad. I was working, and I stopped at a stoplight in St. Albans. And in the road was like a big sub sandwich. I know it's a lot of food and animals. But there was.
I thought we were doing scripture.
We're getting there.
Okay.
I got to give you what the Lord
I was
gives you.
trying to.
Brother. So it's a big sub sandwich in the middle of the road there at this red light, and there was 2 birds at this sub sandwich. Let me first say there was plenty of stuff to eat for both of those birds. There was plenty of room. More than enough sandwich was there, and I'm not making this up. There was more than enough sandwich was there than those 2 birds could eat. But as they was eating on that food and having what they wanted and indulging themselves into that sandwich, they continued to fight each other. They fought so much that neither one of them could get at the sandwich that they was fighting over. And I looked at that and I thought, is that what we do? Is that how we are? Is this a picture of life? Is that just birds, or is that us humans? Do we get ourselves so wrapped up into being against each other that we can't enjoy? And I also thought, is there not plenty of life to go around for everyone, that we don't have to fight and bicker all the time? Romans says to live peaceably with all men. Paul said he has prophecy and he understands mysteries and all knowledge, and he said he has all faith and that he could remove mountains. He said, but if I don't have charity, without love, he said, I'm nothing. And having all that the birds could have and having all that we could have means nothing if we don't love each other. If we don't have love for each other, we have to understand that there's plenty to go around for all of us. That if we would have loved each other, if the birds could have got along, if one could have started on one end, another on the other end of the sandwich and ate, they would have been fed full and still had plenty, even for their other friends, to have a partake in that food. Luke 3:11 says, he answered and said to them, he hath 2 coats, let him impart to him that hath none. And he that hath meat, let him do likewise. The Bible is full of scriptures, and there's plenty that I could go over that talks about how we should share and love and treat each other. And it hurt me actually thinking about that we do the same thing. When someone does something that we wanted to do, when someone's doing something we want to be a part of, instead of trying to help, instead of trying to join in, instead of trying to be an encouragement, we want to fight and bicker and complain and try to ruin it for them because we're in a situation where we're not happy. We take it out on others instead of trying to enjoy their happiness. And if we take ourselves and in this life and in this next week or next 2 weeks to the next recap, or if you go to church this coming Sunday, until that time, remember it's important how you treat each other and to love each other. Peter asked Jesus one time, he said, if my brother offend me, how many times should I forgive him? He said, should I forgive him 7 times if he offends me 7 times? And Jesus said, not only 7 times, but I say 70 times 7. And then Jesus gave the picture of heaven of how we've been forgiven from so much. And he's done all this for us. God saved me and forgave me. And the things that I've done against God is enough for him to hate me. The things that I've done against God is enough for him to shun me and to forget about me and to fight with me. But he's forgiven me. He's loved me and forgave me. So the answer is, if someone hasn't done you wrong, should you still love them? Yes, you should love them. And love them even more times than they've asked forgiveness for. And I find you'll be more blessed than that. And I find your week will be better off when you start learning to love one another. Don't be like birds fighting over some huge sub sandwich. Love each other.
If you don't have a place to come, Sunday at 10 o'clock, Sunday school down here. South Charleston, right by the mountain. Capital City Baptist Church. We'd love to have you. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for tuning in. We went a little bit long.
Hey, one thing though, just this week's a little different. This week, our midweek is on Tuesday
Very
night.
good.
Yes.
So look, July the 4th is this Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yes.
So here, our midweek is on Tuesday night.
Just
So,
this week only.
Yeah, just this week only. So hey, you say, hey, I'd like to come visit you guys, but
Come on.
I go to church somewhere else. Hey, this is a Tuesday night.
That's right.
Come visit, not to stay, just come visit.
Yeah, it's the perfect time.
Perfect
time because you won't be missing your home church,
That's
or if
right.
you go somewhere else, or if you have something planned,
That's right.
you can come visit and see what's going on here. A lot is going on actually.
Yes.
And
There's
we
plenty
try.
of things to do here. And
Yeah.
in your 2 weeks you've been here, it's crazy. All the stuff we got going on.
Well, I love it. There's matter of fact, but before we talk about that, there's so much going on. We've got the college thing going on that we just recently started over the summer. That's going to be Monday. I've
Monday
already
night.
mentioned that. Tuesday is going to be our service, so anyone can come visit. And then, what is the date? We're going to have a 20s and 30s year old. Ben's kind of heading this up, by the way, because he's just great at this, and he's really connected. He's looking on his calendar to make sure we got our dates right.
I didn't know about 27.
July 27th.
20s and 30s date night.
That's
you're married.
Yeah, July 27th. 20s and 30s. If you're in your 20s or in your 30s and you're married, we're having a date night. Be there. Tell everybody. Be there. We'll pass it again, I'm sure.
Yes.
Pastor does pretty good at trying to pass things during the services, before and after and during. So we make sure everybody gets the information. But July 27th, it's a Friday. Start finding your babysitters now.
Yeah.
Everybody that's in their 20s and in their 30s, we're having a date night. We're going out. We're going to play some games. We're going to go get us something to eat. We're just going to enjoy each other and have a good time. And that'll put Pastor and Brandy in that. That puts me and my wife, Sweet Ida, in that. And that'll put Brother Ben and Erica in that I know of.
Love
There's
Erica.
all kinds of other 20s and 30s.
Oh, yeah.
And if you have friends, you can bring them too. It's going
Capital
to be
City Baptist Church, South Charleston. His place is hopping. That's all I can tell you. Be here. We're going to do it again in 2 weeks. You come back?
Am I invited back?
we have to. Yeah, you are, but we have to make. We got to get VBS. Larry Marion's got.
Larry's
We
got
got
to
to get him in here too.
We can
I'm
fit
not-
somebody else in.
I'm not sure what day.
Yeah.
We can fit somebody
Pile
else.
them in.
Hey, I'm reading the new book.
What book you read?
It's about anti-gravity.
Really?
It's so good I can't put it down.
Like floating, or I guess it would be if you didn't have.
It's so good I can't put it down.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
All
Hey,
right.
thanks for joining us. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Love you.